DJI have mastered aerial stabilization and bring that experience to the ground with their DJI OSMO. As seen in our previous video, the OSMO already performs wonderfully well in its raw form, although by bolting on a few extra accessories, we can take that a step further and produce a professional level stabilized camera rig. The DJI OSMO is a great performer, although it's not without its drawbacks, seriously poor audio capture being one of them. Nevertheless, by adding a few accessories to the OSMO, users are able to mount their unit to bikes and vehicles. Those who want to maintain a handheld stabilized solution though can add a few extra accessories and create a shooting rig rivaling those that cost a lot more. Naturally, we'll need a few accessories to create our setup. Obviously, we'll need the DJI OSMO itself. In addition, we need the OSMO Extension Arm, the OSMO Universal Mount, and a Rode VideoMicro. We've taken a detailed look at each of these individually, so I won't go into much detail here. Instead, you'll find links to each review in the description box below this video. Of course, you may well find cheaper ways of accomplishing the same goal, but we'll stick to original accessories for the purpose of this demonstration. Bearing that in mind, we'll get started by removing the smartphone mount that came pre-attached to the OSMO, and the extension mount can now be attached in its place. Thanks to the interlocking teeth, the extension arm remains completely rigid when securely attached. In addition, we are now left with two mounting points. On one side, we reattach the smartphone mount. Personally, I prefer having the smartphone mount in this location since it's closer to the operator and it's a little more central, rather than being stuck to one side of the OSMO. Above all else, left-handed users will also find it a lot more user-friendly. The next step involves attaching the DJI Universal Mount. The mount comes complete with two cold shoe adapters pre-attached, although both are too close together to use simultaneously. Hence, you'll find it easier to remove one of the two adapters and reattach it to the underside of the universal mount, now providing ample space for two cold shoe compatible accessories. The universal mount can now be attached to the opposite side. Moving on to microphones, audio capture with the OSMO is weak, so much so that it's pretty much non-existent. Not only will it not capture audio very well, it will capture the fan noise that comes from the camera, as well as every single tap of the trigger located inconveniently beneath it. So we need an external solution, and although I'm using a Rode VideoMicro in this setup, you'll find any microphone with a 3.5mm connector will work fine. Personally, I prefer the VideoMicro due to its small overall size as well as its shock mount included with the microphone. Considering the OSMO is intended for handheld use where the user will be moving around, that shock absorbing mount comes in rather useful. In addition, since the VideoMicro is a directional microphone, it should pick up audio from the front while cancelling out noise from the sides, such as fan noise as well as any taps from the OSMO's trigger. The microphone simply slides into place into either cold shoe mount. That's up to personal preference. Point it away from you to capture the sound from whatever you're shooting, or towards you to capture your commentary, or for use during selfie mode. The short cable provided with the VideoMicro is the perfect length for reaching to the OSMO while maintaining a neat and tidy setup, while the included windscreen can be attached if required. This leaves one remaining cold shoe mount for attaching another accessory such as a small video light for shooting in lower light conditions. Finally, depending upon those shooting conditions, add a filter to the OSMO camera unit to enhance the captured video. This does depend on sunlight levels in your particular shooting scenario though, so it's completely optional. I'm using the super high quality SRP filter in this example. This is probably the setup most users of the OSMO will likely lean towards, if only to capture higher quality audio alongside the already higher quality video. The smartphone is in an ideal location for either left or right-handed use and is placed directly in front of the user's view. In addition, the microphone is to one side, not too close to the camera so as to not pick up unwanted fan noise or taps on the OSMO's trigger, and can be set so it faces towards or backwards depending on your shooting needs. Those after a cheaper setup though can purchase a small mount for the microphone as shown in this example, which will provide the same end results. Join me in the next video where we'll head outside and put the DJI OSMO and Rode VideoMicro combination to the test to see how well it performs. If you'd like to see a sneak peek of the reviews coming up on the channel, what I'm working to bring you at the moment, or just want to interact, hit me up on Twitter. You'll find a link in the description box below this video.